One more little.
Good afternoon, everyone. We interrupt the Chew right now to bring you breaking news.
President Barack Obama arriving in Las Vegas. His plane touched down at McCarran Airport just a short time ago.
You can see there's the opening door to Air Force One. He will disembark in just a few minutes as they get the platform ready. You know, this is kind of old hat to the president. He's been here countless times during his presidency and before when he used to campaign. Going to Del Sol High School today, which is no strange territory to him either.
Right. This is going to be his third trip to Del Sol High School.
Yeah.
When he was running for president, he stopped in there. Then a couple of years ago, this is where he made his pledge to get immigration reform started no matter what. And now he's here to actually sign the orders he put out for the nation last night.
Right, and the phrase "no matter what" seems to be very apropos today because it was an executive order, executive action. A lot of people in Congress happy, just as many people on the other side of the aisle not so happy. And once again, unfortunately, the problem is being overshadowed by the process at the moment.
Right. One of the far-reaching changes of this immigration reform executive order that he's putting into place is making it possible for up to 5 million people who are undocumented, who are in this country illegally, to actually be able to stay here on a legal basis.
Right. They can have no criminal records, and they have to be, you know, able to pay taxes too. They have to register. They have to be willing to work as an American citizen. Now, this is not amnesty. He's been clear to point that out. And it's a trial basis. It's for 3 years. But it seems to be getting a lot of support, at least from his Democrat constituents, and some on the other side of the aisle too. But we're going to see how this works out because, once again, he is in uncharted territory.
Right. Well, but what he brought up last night and during his speech, and also he said previously, is that he's not the first president to use executive powers.
Right.
And he's been very pointed as saying Republican presidents have used these executive powers before him.
And here he is coming off Air Force One right now at 12:24 in Las Vegas. Senator Harry Reid, we were told, is on the plane, should be coming off too. He'll also be met by a few local dignitaries, among them a county commissioner.
That's right. Lawrence Weekly is going to be there to meet the president, and also Congresswoman Dina Titus.
Stephen Horsford is also said to be there. Now, you remember Horsford was defeated in the last election by Crescent Hardy, but he's still a congressman right now, and as such, he's part of the Nevada contingent.
That's right. And already, though, the Republicans on the other side, there's a Harry Reid there, and Dina Titus. Republicans are already threatening to take this to court.
Right. You know what? They filed a lawsuit already over the Obamacare, the health care law, just this morning. So this is one of the things that Speaker John Boehner and the Republicans have vowed to do, and they say they're going to do it again.
And there's Stephen Horsford as well, actually getting a hug from President Barack
Nancy
Obama.
Pelosi is here too.
Yes.
Well, this is his big announcement. Like you say, he's going to sign the executive order, and this is the first stop on what could be a long, long tour, not just today, to tout his program here and explain it to the American people, because even though it was a good speech last night, a lot of people still have a lot of questions.
And it's historic in terms of him going to Del Sol, because this is sort of like ground zero in terms of Hispanic student enrollment. Over 60% of the students at Del Sol are Hispanic.
He's trying to give them a chance. The point is that the system is broken. He's talked about maintaining more control over the borders too, as part of this package. But what we're seeing here is history in the making, because it's not gone anywhere for 6 years and beyond. It's important to note some of these things that he has in his executive order are similar to what George W. Bush was proposing before 9/11, but once, unfortunately, when the planes hit the building, all that went out the way.
Right. And he's been also very quick to point out that, in his mind, Republicans had a year and a half to come up with some sort of comprehensive immigration reform and didn't do it. So he's like, I'm tired of waiting for them to get their act together.
And then, of course, the Republicans countered by saying they couldn't control the Senate. They couldn't get it done either way. Once again, business as usual in Washington. This may or may not be how the whole thing ends up, but it could be seen, when we look back in history, as the inventive incident that gets the ball rolling, at least. Well, that's what we're hoping.
And he's been saying all along, we should focus on felons. Let's get rid of the lawbreakers. We don't want to tear families apart, because that's what's happening in his mind. That you've got parents who are here illegally, but their children are U.S. citizens because they were born in the U.S. So you've got families not knowing whether they're going to come home and mom and dad are gone, they've been deported, and we've actually covered stories, Casey, when that happens.
That's right. And to be fair, some of those families, a lot of those families are contributing to society and would pay taxes, would follow the rules, and would do everything the president is asking, and Congress ultimately, if given the chance. Now, there are those, like you said, the felons need to go, and he's pointed that out, and he's been very specific about how the bad guys need to go.
Right.
We're looking at a live shot now also at Del Sol High School, where he will be speaking, very reminiscent of the last time he was here in January 2013. All the flags on the stage there, a lot of dignitaries waiting for him there at the school.
A packed house. I understand that the line was incredible for people wanting to come in and hear and be part, as you said, Casey, be part of history.
This is an historic moment, and it's great that he picked our valley, and you've already mentioned why exactly, because it's very timely and very apropos as we watch the caravan just about to leave, and they will go directly from McCarran to Del Sol. We can't tell you the exact route because they've probably outlined 3 or 4, and they'll change them to Plan 5 just as soon as they leave.
Exactly. Of course, we are looking at live pictures of the caravan headed to Del Sol. We will continue to bring you live updates from the high school itself, and we'll have coverage all day. So keep it tuned here to Channel 13 Action News.